All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
That's it, baby. We got to work. Reset. 19. 3. Mike. Squeeze, double.
On first down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You. Watch safety creep. 24. Safety creeping.
Throwing again is Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Check.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Check 4. 66. Throw it high.
Now Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 31-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A big play there for KC. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Aaron Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, check. 31.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 64 yards.
First down and goal to go.
They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, turn it up. Check, check.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Trenton Cannon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Yellow.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200-plus?
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
56, Mike. Echo. Come on, D. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Rolling to his left. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
Yellow. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Butker now to add the extra point. So that'll back him up 5. Butker on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Chiefs 14, Texans 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Another timeout.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 24 is down, he's coming. Let him go.
Back to throw, Watson. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, this is it. Slam. 64.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Go. Mike, 56.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Yellow. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Aaron Jones, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that...
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Yellow. 56. Let's go, D. Get that. Go. Hey, check 24. Check 24. 15. Yellow. Zoom, fellas. Let's go. Topper. Let's go. Kill. Hatchet.
On first down, it's Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it with Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the 15. Watch the block. Motion. Block. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. I'm going to run you.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. This is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Check. Alert 3.
Here's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field. So you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Shift, watch the shift.
They'll go again to Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yellow. 56. 180. Right there. 56. Hey, let's get in that hole.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Check. Hey, Riblet.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Yellow. Let's go 180. 56. That's what I do. Check 26. Check 26.
On first down, Mahomes out to his left. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Check hot route. Hot. Watch that. Alert flare, flare. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
They'll try again with Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. From the 3 now. Here they come on third and goal.
Attack! Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Butker able to put this one through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Throwing on third down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth.
Let's see what you got. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, keep it up, defense.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Set, 19. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, pick your up.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They go again with Scott. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
A loss of 2 on the play. It's third down and goal to go.
So a little extra time to ponder this third and goal as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. From the gun, Watson back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
They'll run for it. This is Mack. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable. Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Mack. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Check, 53's mine. Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. Cuts it out to the sideline. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Hey, 31. Watch the twist.
Now it's Watson. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially his 2nd interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Number 53, Mike 53.
They'll run again with Cannon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Texans on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Mack. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. 23 yards the pickup there. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Again, it's Jones. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And they'll get this down to the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Penny running right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Jones, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided one? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
No. Off. 57.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they